Hi guys, welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about self-join. So what is a self-join? Self-join is a type of join in which we join a table to itself. We have a single table and we join this table with this table only, but with a different name. We do this to get some information from this table, which we are not able to fetch directly or via traditional ways. So we do use self join in this case to fetch that data. So there are two use cases, major use cases for which self join is used. It helps in querying a hierarchical data or listing pairs within the same table. Let's see these two use cases with an example. So this is an example of hierarchical data. In this, we have a table A, where we have ID, name of the person, salary, and ID of his manager. So here 3 refers to this person, Arthur. That is, the manager of Anderson is Arthur. The manager of James is Arthur. The manager of Connor is Anderson. So the problem statement is that we want name of the manager corresponding to these persons and not just ID, right? So for this, we need information from this same table itself, right? So for this, we'll use self join because we want to extract the name of these persons, right? Of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 corresponding to these manager IDs. So what we'll do is that we'll write a code, right, to get the name of these managers from the same table. So we'll write something like uh, select, let's give it a name as employer. For employer name, let's give it the name as employer, and for manager, we'll give name as manager. So let's rewrite this: select employer dot full name as employer name, comma, MANG full name manager name from table as employer, inner join table A as manager. So you can see that we have used the same table A, and we are joining it with the same table itself on employer dot manager dot manager ID. So we're using the same table to fetch the names. So this will give result as we'll have two columns. One will be the employer name and one will be manager name. When we'll join it with the same table, so all these values will get listed here for the employer name. For the manager name, instead of ID, we'll get these names, right? Because we are joining on the basis of ID. Here ID 3 is, we'll get these names instead of IDs. We'll get Arthur here, Arthur. Number 4 is Connor, and for Connor it's Anderson, again Anderson. For Kim, the manager is James. So this will be the result of this table. We wanted manager name for all the persons who are working, right? So this is an example of self join. Instead of inner join, we can also use left join here. That also signifies self join. So this is an example of listing pairs. In this, we have a table A, which has ID, full name, and age of this person. Now the problem statement is that we want to create a tournament for chess, and we want every person should play with every other person. Now we have to create these pairs that Anderson should play with James, Anderson should play with Arthur, right? We want to use this table only to create those pairs. That is, we are using information from the same table itself. Okay, you can assume self join as that we are using the same table by giving a different name to the same table, right? Both are table A. In this example, you can also see that we used same tables. We are duplicating these two tables by giving two different names, as employer, as manager, and then we are joining these tables. In this example, you can also assume that we have two tables, but with different names, right? This is self join. So we want to create those pairs of for the chess tournament. So for that, we can write a query like select, and we can write something as player one p1 dot full name, p2 dot full name from the same table only, but with a different alias. Player two from table A join A as P on. Now we want every player to play with every other player, right? Not with the same person. So for that, we'll join on the basis of on a different name. Let's say P1 dot full name should not be equal to P2 dot full name, right? Because we are creating a pair. So Anderson will not play with Anderson, right? So Anderson will play with only other. For that, we can write P1 dot full name not equal to P2 dot full name. That is, for this, you can assume it as that we are joining Anderson with all these names. So we are creating these pairs. The result for this look like we'll have player one and player two. Player one, player two. So for Anderson, Anderson will play with every other is James. So James will play with every other player. That is Anderson, Arthur, Connor, Jimmy, Kim. Similarly, for the rest of the players, will get these combinations, these pairs with the help of self join, because we are joining within the same table and we are trying to create these pairs. Hope this helped you. Thank you for watching this video.